What it boiled down to, what it's going to boil down to is I had to get tired of being tired with myself. I was tired of saying, I'm tired, but not doing anything about it. I was tired of being broke. I was tired of being depressed. I was tired of going outside and being filled with anxiety because I was not feeling good about where I was in life. You got to get tired of being tired and take action. I hit my rock bottom because I was tired. Are you at your rock bottom right now? Is what you should be asking yourself. What is my rock bottom? Why don't I know who I am? Why am I not doing anything in my life to satisfy who I am? What am I doing with my life? Why am I giving my power over to those people, to the naysayers and the negative Nancys? Why am I doing that? I had to come to Jesus within myself and say, you know what, Vet? You've been giving your power over to everyone except for you for too long. Are you really tired of being broke? Are you really tired of living with depression and anxiety every waking moment of your life? Are you really tired? Or are you just talking to be talking? Because a lot of times in my life, that's what was going on. I was talking until I heard myself. I heard myself one day sitting in the car with one of my girlfriends, and we were just having a conversation as we would every night. We would sit and have conversations. And I heard myself saying to her, yeah, I'm going to buy me a car. Yeah, I'm going to buy me a car. But yet, I was sleeping on my mama's couch. But I was going to buy me a car. Sit back, sit with that for a moment, because that's what I had to do. I heard myself. How are you going to buy yourself a car and you're sleeping on your mom's couch? You don't even have a job. But in the back of my head, in that mindset that I had at that time, I was going to buy me a car. But I hadn't even taken a step to get out of my mom's house, to get off my mother's couch. But I was going to buy me a car? Think about that. Sit with that for a moment. What are you telling yourself right now, in this moment? What is it that you're telling yourself about who you are and about what you're going to do? Sit with that for a moment. Are you really taking action in your life? When you get around a group of people and you're talking about who you are you really that person that you're saying that you are? Are you listening to the negative naysayers and all the negativity that's around you in your environment and you're falling prey to it? Is that what you're doing in your life? Ask yourself that. Are you better than who they told you are? That you are? Are you better than that? Or have you fallen victim to the environment that's around you? Fallen victim to who they're telling you you are? Are you powerless? Are you powerless? Because yes, we are powerless when we leave our lives up to someone other than ourselves. That's when we become powerless. You aren't powerless because you've gone through some things. You aren't powerless because you were a victim to some things in your life. You're not powerless. You're powerless if you remain sitting on that couch. You're powerless if you remain stuck in that depression and you're not doing anything about it. That's when you become powerless. See, what we don't know, what we fail to realize because we face challenges in our life, what we fail to realize is that the power that we truly have is right in here. That's the power that we truly have. But because we face challenges and we go through some hurt in our lives, we decide to stay stuck in that place. I was having a conversation with my daughter earlier this week, and she was asking me about my process. And I said to her, you know what? I believe that we truly all have a purpose in this world. Everything that we see has a purpose in this world. That flower that we see outside and that we admire because of its beauty, we do not know what that flower had to go through to come up out of that dirt. We don't know that. We just assume it just popped up. But it started as a seed. Just like we start as a seed. And our mind can be fertilized to become something other than what we've gone through. We are just like that flower, you guys. We have got to remove the dirt up off of us to become in full bloom. Everything you see around you had to go through something to become what it is. And it is not easy. It faced a lot of challenges. It faced a lot of challenges and obstacles. We don't know once that seed is planted in that earth what it has to go through. We see the finished product. We see the finished product when we see these stars on television and we admire their life. We see the finished product. But what's the backstory? What's going on behind the scenes? We don't know, but we assume that it was easy. We can't keep assuming that people that achieve these great things and they go on to become successful got it overnight and it was easy for them. None of this is easy. We have got to remove that thinking, that stinking thinking from our minds so we can grow and blossom and become who we are truly meant to be. We have got to do that. We set ourselves up for failure and can't even extract the lesson from that failure because we're so focused on everything but what we need to focus on. We need to realign our minds with what truly matters. God told Jesus, just like he can tell us, just like he tells us, you guys, Jesus wasn't this fictional person. He walked this earth the same way as we are. If you look at the Bible and listen to some of those stories, you have to interpret it for what it is, you guys. People use their imagination to make it seem bigger than what it was. But in the midst of all of that, you guys, in that story, if you go back and read those stories, you will be able to extract a lesson. That's a guide for us. There was no well that someone was actually in, you guys. That's not what happened. You got to go back and look at that story, read that story for yourself, because there's a lesson in that story. There's a lesson in that. We get so caught up in those details that we forget that these were real life people that wrote these stories and used their imagination to make it bigger. But it's all an analogy, you guys, just to give us some insight on who we can truly be. That's all it is. But if you stay focused on that hurt, if you stay focused on that pain and think that you aren't going to or you shouldn't have to face some challenges and obstacles in your life, it's going to go above your head. It's going to go above your head the same way this video right now is going to go above your head, and you aren't going to get anything out of it because your mind is closed right now. Think and Grow is the name of my podcast and the name of my videos. Because when you actually stop and think, pause and think just for a moment about what I'm trying to say, remove that rock, that barrier in your mind called sexual abuse, mental illness, mental challenges, depression. Remove that block just for a moment. Open the shutters of your life. Remove all of that you've gone through. And for a moment, sit back and listen to what I'm trying to tell you, what I'm learning for myself, what is helping me go to each level of my life. You will be able to think and grow as well. You'll be able to remove those barriers and grow within your life. It is not rocket science, you guys, like I always say. But it is challenging because what I have done, what you will have to do is remove the dirt up off of you that's been thrown on you for many years. The same way that beautiful flower that you admire in the summer, in the spring, in the fall had to do to come up out of that earth. That is the same thing that you're going to have to do. You cannot stay stuck where you are if it is not taking you to the next level, because that is not where God wants us to be. It's not where Jesus said we should stay. You have to make the conscious decision to say, I am tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of hearing myself say I'm tired. You got to do that. You can't look for someone else to do that for you. You've got to take your power back. You've got to take your power back. Stop looking for someone else to do it for you, because that is not going to happen. And then you're going to leave your power with them and then get mad at them because they aren't doing it for you. But you're not mad at you, who you should be, because you're not doing it for you. You're not. I'm challenging you, just like I challenged me, to take my power back, to do it for me. Start with forgiveness. Forgiving you for not going where you know deep down in here where you can be. Start with that forgiveness. Do your mirror work. Say, I forgive me. I forgive me. I love me. I forgive me for staying stuck in that dark place when I know I can do better. Start there. I love you guys. So ask yourself, are you tired yet?